a pain in the ass. He hopes this will always last, even bring fun to the masses. Rolling through 1-2, then beating every dungeon classes. With his goofy faces and voice all over the places, he hopes to never give up on his dreams. To bring joy and even the facts to his last podcast every week and stream his friends to bring that energy like big booty claps. He never gets angry, but sure can get scared. With anime on his side, is always prepared, even though he's the grumpiest of bears. This bear is always cool in his chair. Till the end, his dreams always be rare. Cause he's coming after you and hopes you'll be there. To hope you'll have a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life. Much love. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love. Have a good night, good life. Grumpy Bear has always been there, even when life isn't fair, even when no one is there. He's thinking of you with love and care. Even if he say like I care, he still give you a big hug with love and care. With his kind words, he's never afraid to share, giving you that good bear stare. Even his kinks, so beware. Cause every weekend at 6:30, he's bound to be there, straight sitting in his chair on every platform that he can share, just as long as he know you'll be there. So let him say this again to make it clear, though life isn't fair, he will be there just cause he wants you to be there, so he can wish you a good day, a good night, and as always have a good life. Much love. Good night, good night, good night, good night. Much love. Have a good night, good life. Grumpy Bear has always been there, even when life isn't.
All right, this is the Marathon Podcast. We usually do this every Friday at 5 o'clock just at a time. For those who are watching at home, wherever you're in the world, hope you have a good day, have a good life, and as always, have a good life. Thank you for joining me today. And as always, we have Corvo Ninja sitting with us. We have my husky mix that wants to say hi to me for some reason. Go away, Nani. And we do this, and we hope that you join us someday in the chat, in the comments. Get involved with us. Leave a comment down below. Leave a like in the video if you like this podcast. Please help us reach more viewers and more people. I would really appreciate that. We get this channel someday off the ground. But anyways, this week we're gonna have a little bit of a different conversation. We're gonna have a little themed conversation first, and then we're gonna get into a bunch of obscure things that we can kind of like in the debate and have a conversation about. But before that, we're gonna be talking about our favorite villains and I guess media. We didn't really like. It was kind of like vague last week. We kind of hinted at the very end of it, so like it wasn't really like
what we did is the week before last we did anime favorite characters, and then last week we did video game favorite characters.
Yes,
but we never decided whether we're doing video game or anime characters for our villains this week. So why don't we just do both?
Sure.
Sup, gorgeous humans.
Hey, thank you. Just give me a second. I gotta fix something because apparently it just ended and now it's fucked up my whole overlay. What happened to it? Like this guy just disappeared. Discord, give me my Discord back. Discord, where you at? There you are. Okay, there you go. Anyways, okay, so appreciate that there. 50 oh, that's Dolphin. What up, bro? Dolphin, you remember Dolphin Lobegrum? He used to be in the, I don't know, you might not remember him. He used to be friends with Sneaking Like a Clam, so like that's the best I can do.
Oh, you're on the Marathon Podcast with Grumpy Bear and Corvo Ninja.
Then we got Disembodied Selfie. As per usual, she joined us via call today. So, all right. So we're gonna do oh, someone's at the door. Back it up. What can I do for you real quick?
That sucks. Yep, I heard you. We're about to go to the villain. Yeah, I heard you, baby. Okay. Why am I hearing myself? It only happens when he shares the screen. Hang on. Let's see if that worked. Yep, that worked. Okay. Cool. Hello? I can hear you. I heard you a while ago. I was actually replying. No, we're about to go over favorite villain.
All right. Apparently, our neighbor has a really big package, looks like a big TV, to drop off, and for some reason our neighbor's door is wide open, and they need to drop it off, but they can't go inside because, well, that's breaking and entering, and so when they're not lit, no one there, so I told them to just go back the back alley and put it on the back door, because otherwise, I don't know where to put it. That will be safe. There's no back gate. He had no gate. Those neighbors. They're not dropping. I'm not going to get about to get blamed for taking someone's stuff. We're not doing that. Anyways, all right. We're trying to make sure that, so our neighbor's package don't get stolen because it looks like a big TV and I don't want to.
Favorite anime villain from the Stealthy. What you got?
Thank you, love. Okay, give me a moment here. My wife is spell checking me here. I don't know how to do that one midstream, honey. Huh? Yeah, I'll change it later. Okay. So, does she have a favorite villain? Does she have a choice?
She's trying to figure out. She said it's tough for her for a favorite anime villain, but she's thinking about it. What you got?
What I got now, I know this is gonna be somewhat of a cop-out, an easy choice, because I didn't prep for the anime one. The video game one, I did. The anime one, didn't prep, because there's a lot of bad guys I like in anime, but I'm trying to think of characters that were bad guys that were so good that you literally hated them. To the point you actually I could easily say the guy from Full Metal Alchemist, the father last week. I could easily say that one. Of course, classic one. And then of course I could also say Frieza from Dragon Ball Z, because he's iconic. He's very well known. And it's kind of a tropey choice. But I had to say, is it Bakiko? Let me make sure the name of this. Let me see. No, not Bakiko. What's that dang fighter anime?
Oh, okay. Stealthy says Envy from Full Metal Alchemist.
Oh, Envy from Full Metal Alchemist. Not a bad choice, at all. But he or she, they, it's definitely a questionable which one they are. But yeah, you definitely hate them, especially after they kill the father, Hughes from Full Metal Alchemist, because that was painful after you find out he dies. And
hold on a minute. What'd you say that again now? Okay. So she says she likes him because everybody wants to be like, "Ooh, he's trashed. People don't act that way. It's terrible." But in reality, they just don't want to like him because he points out the shit that they do themselves.
Yeah.
You don't want to admit the bad parts about yourself, but envy pretty much encapsulates all those bad parts about yourself. So it's kind of a catch-22. You want to sit there and say, "Oh, I can't stand him because he's terrible," but at the same time, some of the shit he does, you very well do, you
Yeah.
know? So she finds it kind of ironic, you know?
Yeah, yeah. My favorite villain from anime, if anybody's never watched this show, it's called Baki Do or Duo. It's a fighter anime on Netflix, and
Yep.
there's a father named
Yep.
Yuki
I know who you're
Joro
talking about.
Hama, which is pretty much called
Yep.
like well, not troll, but like what is he called? Like the goblin, or he has a nickname. I think it's the orc, maybe. This guy,
Yeah, he's called the ogre.
the ogre, yeah, the ogre. This guy is the epitome of a bad father, an asshole, but at the same time, like pushing his son to become the strongest so he can actually have a actual competitor to himself to pretty much like give him a real challenge. This guy is like pretty much short sweet of it. He found a woman. He got it. You know, he's like so strong he can beat up like missiles and nukes and like bullets without a problem. Martial arts crazy in the show. And he finally got a woman to actually end up liking him, having a child, and then ignoring his son pretty much like his entire life, not giving two shits about him. And then when his mom dies, he didn't care either. Didn't care at all about this woman he had a son with. Pretty much like to say, I just wanted you so you can give me an heir so I can then train him to, and I put him in the woods, you know, almost to death, you know, almost get himself killed to get him stronger to someday be able to beat his own ass. That's just epitome of just a bad father, right? Just
Right.
it's like, hey, we pretty much don't care if you die, you live, just get stronger so you can give me a challenge. Your mom died, don't care. You're having traumahood, don't care. You having a bad life, still don't care. And I'm gonna whoop your ass several times until you get stronger. It's like, Jesus.
Yep.
I like you
Yep.
want to hate him. And that's what I want. I want to hate him, but he's so good. Being a complete asshole.
Well, see, that's how I feel about my choice.
Okay.
So my choice was Toguro from Yu Yu Hakusho.
Okay, yeah. He was, well, bad guy, maybe a good guy, kind of confusing. A lot of characters are kind of like,
Like he had trauma,
yeah,
which set him down a dark path. But in his mind, for altruistic motives, I mean, like his whole thing was like after the trauma, he joined he trained and did the whole battle tournament to win it. He got his one wish. His one wish was to be the strongest in all realms.
yep.
And then he was made to be the strongest in all realms until he wasn't. And like you're talking about a dude that was like he would literally gauge how much force he used in percentages. He'd look at like a giant fucking beast and be like, yeah, 20% ought to be enough for this.
Yeah,
and just snap the bitch in half, and you're like, the fuck?
yeah, a mathematic equation. And of course, he was like even like so brutal. He killed his own brother, didn't care, no emotions. But he had
Killed his brother, killed his fucking ex-girlfriend.
mhm.
I mean, motherfucker was brutal. In the end, it ended up being the only person since the original time of his first trauma that led him to compete in the first tournament.
Hey, appreciate
The only
follow.
person that ever reached him on a level that made him feel like a person was fucking you know, the main
teacher.
protagonist,
Oh yeah, well, it said
which was Urameshi.
Yeah. Well,
I mean,
he
and
kind of loved the old grandma too, like the teacher.
he loved her, but not enough that he didn't fucking massacre her ass.
Yeah, she somehow survived though. But yeah, it definitely
No,
seemed.
no, she died.
Yeah, like they
She
brought her back
died.
somehow. I don't know. I don't remember how they
No,
did.
they didn't bring her back. She became a ghost. She walked the fucking path in the afterlife and walked and talked to him, and then he went off on his path. She's dead.
I could have sworn I haven't watched it in a while, so you got me on that one.
No, she's
But
dead.
yeah, I
But,
just like even then, like I can't remember how it when after he died, they came to some conclusion. Like he actually wasn't a bad guy. He just wanted to die. Like he wanted to die. And that's
he wanted to die because all those demons that you fought that come over from the demon realm
mhm,
were on the side of where you die.
yeah.
You can't get to them motherfuckers if you're in the living realm.
Mhm.
So he kept fighting, and kept wanting somebody strong enough to kill him. The problem was he fucked himself because I want to be the strongest. Well, bitch, you're the strongest now. You can't die.
Yeah, congratulations.
Until
Now you
he
can't
ran
have a
into
challenge.
Urameshi, and then Urameshi finally killed his ass. And then he's like, finally, I can go down here into the demon realm and start whooping ass down there now.
Side note here. The ending of the Yu Yu Hakusho show. Did you like it?
No, you talking about where he went down to face the demons and left her standing on the fucking.
Yeah, and he becomes a demon himself with like long white hair, Dragon Ball Z style, and he becomes like an all-powerful demon guy, and like oh, he had demon blood inside him the entire time. This almighty
Well, that's
creature.
how they made him the strongest. That's
Yeah.
how they made him the strongest.
Yeah, like it's like, oh, by the way, you've been a demon half blood with this powerful ancestry. The end. I'm like, what? You're gonna end it on that? He just finally gets his final form like Dragon Ball Z, and you go, cut. What? Don't cut it.
Yep. Yeah.
Keep going.
Okay, so all right. So we got the favorite anime villain.
Now,
All right, still favorite video game. Uh-oh.
okay, if she says Ganondorf, I swear to God. She fought that asshole enough times.
It's Giraheim.
Giraheim from what?
Skyward Sword.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Creepy tongue licky gives you like he's gonna sexually assault you in the first fight feeling. Like, I ain't gonna lie, dude. When I was playing Skyward Sword and the first time I went to get in a fight with him and he did that shit, I like put the controller down. I seriously was like, I don't know if I want to play or not. I mean, I'm scared if I lose, he might assault me or some shit.
I don't know. They made him like kind of like a pretty boy, so maybe some girls thought that was hot. Pretty boy with a real good tongue action. That's all I can say.
Let's see. Oh, I got mine. I got
Okay.
mine.
Go ahead. I still got mine. So don't worry about it.
Samael from Darksiders.
Samael from
the first one.
Darksiders.
From the first one.
Samael. Okay. Make sure I see him. Oh, actually, that's a great choice. Because like he's a demon. He's a bad guy. Of course, he's a bad guy. But he was so charming, and like you liked him for all the wrong reasons.
You liked him because he had that air of sophistication about him, and he was very polite. Even though he was fucking ripping somebody's throat out, he was very polite.
Very kind.
But the thing about him was, it's like when you first meet Samael in the game, he is chained up. He's in prison by the big bad of the of hell, right?
Yes.
He's imprisoned because he was trying to overthrow that motherfucker to be the big bad of hell.
Yes.
He imprisoned him because he could have done it. You know, it was like, I can't kill him because I'm not strong enough to kill him.
Yeah.
So it makes you look at him and like, damn, this bitch is pretty bad. If they couldn't kill him, or the best they could do was just imprison him. And this is from the guy that runs hell. I don't know if we should be. I mean, the moment I seen him chained up, that bitch started talking. I was thinking, oh no, don't Ward, you better not unlock that shit. Don't you do it.
And you know, he made a deal with the devil, and you know, he paid the kind of price, right? It's kind of what they do. That's what they do. That's what they do. Of course, they're going to be bad. Now, I could easily say, was it Envy from the second Demon Dark Side of games? Which one was the one that actually is actually being
It
like
was Envy. It was Envy that she was fighting at the end. That was a bitch.
Yeah, like that character that was following you around the entire game. Spoiler warnings, unknown to you, following you around the entire game. That was a great villain too.
I'm almost, yeah, it was Envy that was at the end of it, because what's fucked up is Envy is masquerading as your shade the entire fucking game. Like, bitch is helping you and shit.
Yeah.
Because she knows you're killing off. Yeah. Supposedly she dies when you fight her first because she was the weakest one, right?
Yeah.
But she didn't die. And she just kind of chilled as your shade the entire game, led you from place to place and let you kill all the competitors so she could collect all their powers.
Yeah.
And then at the end of the game, she's like, surprise, bitch smack. And you're like, ow, stop hitting me.
And she hurts too. She didn't tickle anything. Honestly, she looks great. I would just like to say, she looks great. Awesome.
The stealthy's like, the shitty part of it is they end up making you like her as the shade.
Yeah.
You know, you can't help it because she starts treating you differently, starts, you know, talking to you nicer than she does at the beginning. So you start to kind of like her. And about the time you're like, oh, this bitch ain't that bad, she's like, oh, and now I try to kill you. You're like, motherfucker.
Yeah. You know, that's a great one too. And I think that was a good plot twist kind of villain. Like, it wasn't the kind of villain that you would be having throughout the entire story, slowly coming to hate them or dislike them or see their misdeeds or bad deeds. This was I was nice to you the entire time.
I got another one. It's not my pick because I told you what my pick is, but I got another one that's a great villain.
Okay.
So I know you. I don't know if you remember back when I played Lords of Shadow, the first one.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. There was a necromancer in there, and the necromancer, you find out, is actually his oldest friend in the order.
Okay.
And this bitch used this bitch used a mask on you while you were sleeping.
Yep.
To get you to kill your own fucking wife.
Yep, I remember that.
Then years later, he comes around and he tries to help you through your quest for vengeance. And then you get to the end and find out that the necromancer, the last motherfucker, the Lord of Shadow you got to kill, is him.
Yeah, you maybe played those games.
What's even worse? What's even worse? He realizes at the end of the game that everything he caused is about to set the fucking devil loose.
Yeah.
Then he's like, okay, look, I fucked up. I did bad shit. My bad. Please save us.
Yeah.
And then you go off and you fucking fight the devil.
Yep. I remember that.
That's how you end up being cursed with eternal life. Because God's gift to you for kicking the devil's ass is turning you into a ever living vampire. That kind of fucking sucks.
Yep, and you like in scenes like you're in like New York or something like that.
It gets even worse. To add insult to injury, at the start of the second game, this bitch has the balls to come find you when he finds out the devil is trying to come back a second time and be like, hey, and you're like, are you serious with me right now? First
Yeah.
you caused me to kill my wife, then you played like my friend, then I had to save the world because of your punk ass, and you got the balls to come back in here and ask me to do it again after your God and Savior gave me eternal life when all I want to do is die and move on with my wife. Bitch,
Yeah.
I'd have lost my shit.
Okay. So mine might be a little bit of a cop out. Full stop. Because this was the first villain that unsettled me. And you might be like surprised when I say it. This villain actually unsettled me. And you kind of already know who he is because you've seen him around so many times on my stream. And now I have a actually official mask of him, and that's Majora's Mask. Skull Kid. That little fucker unsettled me as a kid. And it was mostly because of the fucking moon that he was calling for to the earth. And I know some people's thinking, you know, is the Skull Kid the villain? No, the moon's a villain. And he's about to use it to crush all of you because fuck it. Even though he's gonna die too. His laugh was unsettling. The way he shook his head, everything he did was to fuck with you.
Fucking eyes rolling around in different directions. You're like, bitch, straighten him up.
And he was like, I love him though. Like, you know, he was like one of those gesture kind of clown villains that are just like, he was always laughing, always having fun, and he was just purely in the mind of the chaos, and the math took control of him and brought out his deepest desires. But he was such a good villain because he was a constant threat. Like, you know, 3 days to get what you needed done, and then he was going to kill everybody. And you had to reset the days all over again with the time music and do it all over again. This little fucker's gonna kill you again in 3 days. It was ever looming. It wasn't like he was going around doing bad stuff. He already did all the bad things. You just have to go back and repair all of them, and then have the power eventually to be able to go up where he is the entire time and actually defeat him. Whether it be it with the ultimate mask or just by your normal self. And you could take him on in pretty much almost any time, but you wouldn't win. And it was such a fun game, constantly being interacting with it. You know, there's a lot of other games where like the villain is always in the background. He might show up every now and then, but you don't remember seeing him the entire game to the very, very end. And then his presence is shown, or maybe he'll do something every now and then. But Goku was always doing something, and it was 3 days to get your shit in order before he was going to kill everybody. And that moon was creepy as shit, and the character was a very good. It was just a good fit. It's iconic in my mind. You know, he's definitely one of those characters that if you have a list, he's to be ever up in the forefront of my mind because he just had such an impact on my childhood that I literally painted his mask, 3D printed one, and then got that box because I just love the characters so much.
Would you kindly, yeah. Stealthy said, if you want to talk about villains like that, we can talk about BioShock with that motherfucker and his would you kindly bullshit.
I would say you about to say Daddy from what was it?
No. Big Daddy is, yeah, I know you don't know. We're talking about, so when you play BioShock the first time, the guy that you're talking to on the radio, you find out about a third of the way in is actually the guy that's running the city, and he's the fucking villain.
Okay.
And then at the end of the game, when you finally confront him, you find out that he has gotten you to do a lot of shit that you wouldn't normally do the entire game because he knew you. And you have been Pavloved into doing whatever he says if he says a simple phrase, would you kindly? Because at the end of the game, he decides to prove it to you and looks you dead in your eyes and say, would you kindly kill me? And you beat his ass to death, even though you don't want to.
Yeah.
And you're like, the fuck, dude? Like,
so he was like a sleeper cell?
Then after then after you find out about that shit, you get to thinking back in the game.
Yeah.
How many times were you playing that game and he's like, would you kindly destroy this? Or would you kindly kill this? Or would you kindly do this? And you go and fucking do it. And the sad thing is it's not like the game takes over your character. You, as the player, choose to do it.
Yeah.
So you,
Other
as the
Pavlov.
player, have been Pavloved the entire fucking game. And the way they prove it to you is by taking control of your character at the end of the game and having him beat that bitch to death. And you're like, son of a bitch.
Yeah, because the game won't let you progress unless you do it, right? So like you don't know that you're being forced into it, but you're not given another option. Like you have to do it and progress the game. So
Oh, no,
like,
I mean, there's ways around it, but the thing is you don't know that,
mhm.
and you will do it. It's like you choose because he's being so kind and
Yeah.
so thoughtful and trying to help you and everything, and you're like,
Help.
I gotta help this dude, right?
Yeah.
You don't realize that the entire time he is steadily working you over, you know? And I'm like, damn, that's yeah, unless you did the opposite of what he asked you to do, then it kind of got weird because he got angry.
You got angry? Ah, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know there was actually like an actual like, hey, go this way, you can go the other way. Like I didn't know there was an actual option of fighting against the game's central narrative. And I had the games, just never played them. I got it for free on Steam, I think, or Steam or GOG, one of the two. GOG, I might have it on GOG.
Yeah, like for instance, he would say something along the lines of, would you kindly kill that little sister? Well, if you were playing like I was,
Yeah.
and you didn't want to kill the little sisters, he would get pissed off and he'd tell you, you're gonna come to regret that shit. You know, you should have killed it.
Yeah.
But that would be like the one thing that I didn't do that he asked me to do, because most of the other times, if he was asking me to turn the power on or do this or do that, it made sense because it helped me get where I was going, right?
Yeah.
So then you get to the end of the game and find out if you'd have just not listened to that motherfucker at all, he was going to die anyway. Because the whole fucking underwater city was going to fall apart and you could have just chilled in your fucking escape pod. And you're like, that's some bullshit right there. Like, that is a straight fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it was definitely a very beloved game franchise. I know that, and I didn't know that it had that kind of twist in it. That's interesting.
I wish they would make a either an anime or a live action out for that shit, because I would be so there for that.
Hey, we don't know. There's a lot of people. There's somebody trying to make a like. I know somebody just made a movie for the game, The Backrooms, which was apparently really weird. I never played the game, but I know it's an actual game. It's more like a psychological kind of like thriller or horror thing than an actual traditional thriller horror. And then the same person that did that apparently wants to do something for the game Portal, which the Portal villain, she was just great. I love the Portal villain. You know, Cake's a Lie, with this awesome song that they made for her. You know, she's trying to, help you do the thing, and like, hey, now I gotta kill you because the task is over.
That reminds me of a villain in Fiesta. What was her name, baby? The one in Fiesta, the one that did the songs about hey, um, I don't like your girlfriend. What was her name? Karen? Yeah, I loved Karen because they made Karen just she was evil as fuck, but she was adorably cute. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you look at her and you're like, oh, she's adorable. Don't kill me. And then some asshole put the I don't like your girlfriend song to her animations and made her do a dance.
Yeah.
And it shit was cracking me up. It was so funny. I want to see if I can find that. Send the
Oh,
link to you.
okay. Well, but yeah, that's our choice. If you have a choice of favorite villain from anime and video games, be sure to leave them in the comments down below. Love to hear them. I know some people might have some, some ones we've already made called out. There's nothing wrong calling it the same one. Just put it down there and let us know that you agree with our choices or not, or if there's a game out there that you should think we should check out their villains. But let's jump on the next one because this one is probably be more closer to your home, Corvo. Um, so
Yeah, I heard you, baby.
so Sony,
I'm just trying to find that video.
so Sony bought out Bungie, right?
Yeah.
For like $5 billion or so. And they came out with this recent video game. Let me make sure I get the name of the game. It was out or I came and gone. Newest Bungie game. I think it was called Marathon. Okay, so Marathon. This was one of those games where there was a lot of drama behind it from the start. Uninteresting characters, uninteresting shooting mechanics. It was decent apparently to some people, but like nothing like really groundbreaking. And it lost Sony a lot of money. A lot of money. And I don't know if you heard what Sony's doing to one of your beloved games. Do you know what they're doing to one of your games that you love deeply?
You have to be more
Okay.
specific.
So instead of Sony having Bungie continue and making I don't know, Destiny 3, that I'm sure you and a lot of other fans would love to have.
Yeah, they're shutting the servers down.
Yeah, they're shutting it down, not making any more things with it for the game Marathon. They're moving all the allegation and money to Marathon rather than making it, keeping a game that still has more players to this day than Marathon does overall. Instead of, keeping the fans of the game happy and healthy and keep on going, they're gonna just stop developing your games, updates, patches, expansion. Just kill it. And I was like, I don't know how Corvo feels about this, but I'm pretty sure if I was a big Destiny fan, that would be some bullshit. Trying to make a game that failed, succeed, to kill my game?
Yep. I think they're dumb as fuck, but ain't nothing I can do about it.
So, like, when this game does go out of service, which in California, it looks like the Stop Killing Game Act is coming through. Remember that little ordeal. But the problem is with the Stop Killing Game thing, all games that are developed past 2026 will be then affected by the rulings of not allowed to kill a game and having in live service or giving people access to making their own servers or refunding their money. Games like Destiny won't get that treatment because there isn't going to be any games past 2026. So will you try to do like with our server and try to figure a way of backing it up so you can continue playing it when it goes shutting down officially?
I'm looking into it.
You're looking into it, okay? Because I don't think there should be allowed to do that. Because like, I know you and Stealthy have probably more than 1,000 hours in that game. Well over 5,000 hours.
Yeah. Easy.
And
Easy.
all that effort, all that work you did for those things. And I don't really like this whole thing about like apparently it's not added on free-to-play games, which I think is also bullshit because if I paid money in a free-to-play game in any capacity, character-wise, skin-wise, or otherwise, I paid for that game. I paid money, so I should have access to said game when it closes down. I don't think that should be excluded. I think that should be included. But I know for Destiny, you have to pay not only just for the expansion, all of them, because there's a lot of them. Apparently, I didn't know how many expansions there were. There was apparently a lot of them. And the skins in the game, which is also a paid service and certain things. I don't know what other paid service was in that game. I know there was a lot of like different revenues of they can make money.
I didn't really buy skins or guns or anything like that. I did occasionally pay for the battle pass so that
Yeah,
I
battle
could
pass, okay.
earn some stuff. But I have a shitload of weapons and armor and shit that I busted my ass to get hours and hours in the game.
And it wasn't a subscription based game, right? So like it was just a
Nope.
one-time purchase online game that had
Yep.
a solo story mode, right? And it has, I think, a solo, but you can raid with friends. Okay, give me a second here.
I can't find the video right now, but when I do, I'll send it to you.
Okay.
But it's funny as shit because it was called Fiesta Randomness, is what it was called.
Just randomly popped up. But yeah, I just thought that would be interesting because I did not think a game like yours. I thought Destiny was popular. I thought like Destiny was huge. Like they still have like a couple thousand, but they're not as big as they once were. And I didn't know how much Sony paid for Bungie, but $5 billion or so is a lot of money, just for them to throw away one of the biggest IPs for a game that is obvious failing. And apparently, okay, this is the funny part. Apparently, they're going into people's streams, into big streamers, trying to beg them and other people to come try out the game again. They're like, they fixed it. They made it better. It's like, you burned the bridges? You're going to come beg for people to come back and play and try your game out? Are you that desperate, Sony? I don't have anything problem with Sony. I just have a problem with people that don't learn a lesson. When fans say they didn't want it, they don't want that, and then you find out they didn't want that. It's like, you gotta fuck around and find out eventually. And I think they found out, and now they're regretting it. I can also talk about the God of War drama. I'll just state this. I don't know if you're hearing about it too. I have no problem playing with female characters. There's a lot of games that have powerful, strong MC characters that are females. I'm completely fine with that. What I'm not fine with is a lot of games are taking male characters out for females to try to, I don't know, diversify. I'm like, don't we already have that? We just talked about it a few minutes ago. Darksiders, love that character. Bayonetta, love that character. Samus, love that character. Tomb Raider, love her. It's like I can go on literally forever, but like all the characters that are awesome female characters. And people like, if it didn't have the word God of War behind it, people wouldn't care. I'm a check it out. I don't have a PlayStation, but I just don't like that God of War was a staple character for years. Now they're just like, yeah, it feels like that for now. It could change. I just put it out there. I don't have a problem with female characters. I like them.
It depends on how they do the transition.
Yeah. The footage they showed during the gameplay wasn't inspiring, just say the least. It wasn't inspiring. And some people are making the remarks like the voice actor that plays the character, she's a beautiful woman. Like, not my type of woman, but she's very attractive. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can say she's attractive. And they didn't make the character look unattractive. I'm like, did you have to? You didn't have to make her unattractive. You could have made her look like the actor, like other video games do. But you didn't.
It depends on what they were going for, too. I mean, just because you're a good-looking voice, just because you're a good-looking voice actor doesn't mean the character is supposed to look like you.
Well,
I mean, the character may be supposed to look like a hobgoblin.
Yeah. Well, the way that the person described it was, humans are flawed, so she should have flaws on her face. And then somebody showed like a bunch of video games where the actors look just like the video game characters and the characters look just like the actors, and it just like, yeah, humans have flaws, but you didn't have to do that. Like, somebody made a remark like either the graphics designers didn't like the actor, or they just wanted her to look not attractive, so
Well, I mean,
people don't have
you
the
got
attractive
okay. So
thing.
here's my counter argument to that.
Yeah.
When I design a character, I'm not designing a character around the person that's the voice of the character.
Mm-mm.
Okay. So, for example, if I'm trying to create this big, brooding, muscle bound fucking barbarian, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to animate. But if the only person I can find that can do the voice that I'm looking for is a
Nope.
small,
Yeah, Dan. Whatever.
thin, you
I'll fix it.
know, geeky guy at home, that's who I'm going to fucking use. I'm not changing my barbarian just because the guy doing his voice doesn't look like a barbarian.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? So I guarantee you, before they found the voice, they created that character to look that way.
Mhm.
Then they found the voice.
Like, I don't remember
So
if they,
it's
because I didn't play the newest God of Wars on the PlayStation 5. 'Cause I don't have one again. Still like an awesome games. I love the God of War games, really, though, on the original PlayStation, PlayStation 2. But I don't remember seeing, because like she pretty much gets burned and killed, well, not killed. She dies at the very beginning of the first game on the PlayStation 5, and they burned her, and her soul goes to Valhalla, something like that, even though she's supposed to be a god and she died, and gods don't age, but somehow she looks age. Very confusing in that lore. And when she goes up there, it's you see for the first time, and Kratos, he loves him some beautiful women, and maybe he's decided to try something a little less on that front, because the original games, the characters Kratos got with were they were the stereotypical hot woman. So you just say they're the stereotypical type. But yeah,
Stumpy said Kratos didn't care what a woman looked like as long as he could stick it. I mean, come on. You in the game like 30 minutes and he's banging bitches on a boat. The
Yeah.
second game, he's knocking it down with Aphrodite.
Yeah.
This bitch don't care. That motherfucker,
Aphrodite's the
he
most
don't-
beautiful
he don't
person
give a
in
shit.
existence. The god of beauty.
I mean, you got to look at it like this. Kratos is like, they fucking Ares murdered my first true love
Hmm.
using me as the weapon.
Yeah.
At this point, he don't give a fuck just as long as he gets his jollies and he's happy, you know? I mean, yeah,
Yeah, different folks for different strokes for different folks, and I didn't know he swung that way. But like I'm not saying she's like a troll looking, right? But she was not my, or most people. I can't say my, because my taste is totally different from even most people. She's not most people's image of a gorgeous woman. I'll say the least. And I'm just like, okay, I can kind of see that. But yeah, I don't know. Again, I don't want, like it'd be like somebody taking Tomb Raider and going, all right, Tomb Raider's Angelina Jolie, or the character that plays the girl, gone. We're gonna place her with a guy. People were like, what the fuck? Like, where's that come from? It's been for years.
but that just be so then we're just doing Indiana Jones at that point.
Yeah, it's like, why not just do Indiana Jones? Why not just why slap Tomb Raider on it? Like, forget Tomb Raider, just Indiana Jones. There we go. Like, that's your new game.
Well, like I said, it's gonna depend on how they do the transition in the story, because if they do the transition in the story and it makes sense, then it makes sense.
Mhm.
If they don't, then it's a different story.
I think the plot is when she dies, goes to heaven. She don't know she's dead, and she's gonna try to fight to get back to Kratos and her son, even though her body just got burnt up at the stake. I think that's the kind of the plot, and I'm like, don't know how that's gonna work, but gods, magic, you find a way. And a talking ribbon on a sword and a talking cube jello thing. It was, like I said, it was weird. Probably not the best example you want to lead by. The fighting style looked great though. The fighting looked great. Sometimes the gameplay is what pushes the game, not always the graphics or what it looks like. Sometimes the gameplay. And if gameplay is good, well, it's still gonna be successful, regardless of how it looks or characters or whatnot. Story is still
Right.
important though. Story is still gonna, in my opinion, you should have a good story. Don't make no sense. And I'm gonna be,
Story is always important. It's like with the game that Stealthy's streaming now, Mio.
Yeah.
That's not. It's not necessarily my cup of tea graphic wise, but I like the story. I want to see all these fucking things reattached because I
Yeah,
want to see
yeah.
what happens.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, she's got a heart, a hand, a breath, an eye that all have to be reattached.
But yeah, yeah.
I want to see that shit. What's gonna happen? Huh? Find the breath, the heart, the eye, and the hand, and the blood. Because remember, the blood warms. So yeah.
Okay. You actually just heard like somebody actually just praised that game just today. Apparently it was like one of the first games that were on a little cartridge that was actually like a small gigabyte card rather than one of the Nintendo's defaults really high gigabyte cards, which if they said the game didn't need it, they wouldn't put it on a card. So apparently Nintendo retracted that and then are now making smaller memory size cards for their Nintendo Switch and Switch 2. So like that's a different story. Praising the game. They say it was actually pretty good. I like the art style. I hate it. I just don't.
Although I will tell you this. Watch this. It's a calm, relaxed game with not a whole lot of combat, right?
I was there with that part.
She said fucking liars.
Yeah, calm and relaxing. Yeah, I think the answer to this, or maybe I did, I just didn't hear it. Did Stealthy say she liked it more or it's the same as Ori and the Blind Forest? Give her a second. It's probably a hard choice.
So she said she would say she still likes Ori more
Okay.
from a graphical standpoint. The main thing she dislikes about this one is there's fucking bosses every time you turn around.
It kind of reminds me like a Mega Man in a way. I don't know if there's a lot of upgrades. I've seen she got like a few things longer whip thing. I saw she got that at some point. But like the bosses are just like there's little hidden bosses everywhere. Mega Man had a bunch of little hidden bosses you could go to either find some upgrades or a heart or whatnot. Hidden throughout the game. So it kind of reminds me of Mega Man. And of course the robots, being that they were annoying as shit. But it was mostly like the environmental stuff that just kept on killing her. I mean, those vines, they wouldn't just grab her. They would like whip out and just yank her violently toward them. It wasn't like a come here hug. It was just get over here. I'm like, is that they really made sure that thing was visceral when they try to kill you in that character. But yeah, it's relaxing game. I think not.
It's not. It doesn't have a whole lot because she asked the guy before she bought it. She's like, "What's your opinion?" Because it was supposed to release the day after she bought it, but they got it in early. So she was asking, what do you think of the game? He's like, "Oh, I haven't really played it, but from what I've seen, it's kind of calm and relaxing. There's not a whole lot of fighting." Blah blah blah. She's like, "Oh, so it's kind of like Ori." She gets home, she's like 10 minutes into it, she's like, bullshit! Bull fucking shit!
Yeah. It definitely has more of a combative aggressiveness to the game. Like the bosses though, like especially like the one with the 4 arms. I wasn't playing it, so I can't tell you how the controllers were. But the boss's choreographed for its attacks were really noticeable, really, really obvious. But really got her was just a freaking floating in the damn screen. It's like, oh, you want to go somewhere?
It's not, and that's the thing. It usually when she's having trouble with the boss, it's not the boss. It's whenever they bring in whatever environmental factor. So like, she had to fight this big ass fucking scarecrow. The scarecrow wasn't the problem. It was halfway through the battle, he turns on a fucking waterfall of liquid on each side that if you touch it, you die.
Yeah, yeah.
Or like the one with the wind. She did good until the wind hit. Now she's trying to control herself in the wind and dodge shit and hit them.
Yeah,
So
and
that's
the
usually
the
like the
snowman.
environmental factor.
Yeah, the snowman throwing all the snow around. It was like Jesus, like but like I like the art style. The bosses seem fun, but yeah, definitely seemed like I wouldn't say a boss rush, but they definitely keep you on your toes when you run into a random boss on the way to go God knows where. And then trying to traverse the freaking area seems annoying. You gotta hit flowers to keep yourself afloat, to maybe hit something above you to hook onto, or a bad guy to grab onto to hit him so you stay afloat so you can go again. And then you need to jump up, hit this thing, float across the screen, and not just plummet to your death. And do it fast enough, because I don't know if there's a limited time on it, but looked like there might have been. And just
It is.
yeah, so it's like
It is. And wait, don't forget, you got to navigate little channels while you're floating that has
drop down
vines
and
on
get
both
some more.
sides.
Yeah, you gotta like whoop, whoop. It's like, oh no. And it's not just like straight up just hey, here's a bad guy, smack him, kill him, keep moving on. Bad guy, smack him, keep moving on. Oh, this bad guy does this little weird trope. Okay, figure it out, get around it, smack him, keep move on. No, here's everything wants to kill you. Everything wants to kill you.
Everything.
So yeah, it seems like a good game. Okay, so we talked about of course, the stop killing games, which again, I'm glad that's working. I hope that gets across states. I hope more people add that in, even though most games are made in California. I think this is one of the W's. We could talk quickly about the whole laws for the 3D printers, but I think we kind of already touched that on one time. But I didn't know the full extent, and I didn't know who was behind it. I didn't really understand why somebody would, and what they gain from it, and who's the people behind it. It's kind of wild thing about that. But at the same time, if that came to your state, are you going to make a fuss about it?
They ain't getting my printers.
Well, it's not just your printers, because you kind of already have them. Some people are trying to even make them on the same regards of registering or having a license to own a gun. They want you to have a license or registered to own a printer.
Oh, good luck.
And then
Go ahead and tell them.
and then it has to always be connected to the internet so they can scan all your files. And if they think you're
And
enough,
you know what the problem with that is, don't you? They're still selling printers that don't connect to the internet.
yeah. But the problem is because I've seen companies do like this. So I'm not saying for sure this what happens, but I've seen companies do this before, and I know about them. Once it gets passed in one place, they usually don't really try to make two different versions for the other states. It just kind of do a blank thing, and then send it to everybody. So if this gets taken care of in one place, they might do it for all of them, because why make several different programs for each state? We could just make one and then have them deal with it in each state. It's I don't want you to tinker with my shit.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about it. Even if they pass it federally, which is countrywide, the state still has the right to decide whether they're going to enforce that or not.
Yeah.
The state does.
Yeah.
So if the state says, "Okay, you can have your little federal bullshit, but I'm not applying that here in our state," then they can't do shit about it.
Yeah. And this is the only thing I'll ever talk about even remotely political, because honestly, I think I have a 3D printer, and I think 3D printers are great. I think everybody should have one in some form, because I think it's going to be I think this 3D printers are the future. I think they're going to help a lot of people, and eventually to be a household item.
Got plenty of them, and I got another one on the way.
Yeah. So if you're interested in 3D printers, check what's going on, look into it. Don't take my words for facts. I always say this to everybody: if you don't know something, don't take anybody's word for it. Look it up yourself. I like 3D printers, and I want to own 3D printers, and I don't want to worry about if I print something and they assume it's going to be used for some malicious, I don't know, a scanner for barcodes, or a drill hander for a drill gun, or a flashlight barrel thing, then they're gonna be like, "Oh, that's a weapon." It's not, and you could easily assume it is because, well, if I was tricky enough and I was, MacGyver, I could use that kind of stuff to then do malicious things. Because when there's a malicious intent, people will do what? Malicious actions. There's nothing going to
Right.
stop you. So I just want to state that if you like 3D printers, just keep it on it. Keep it on it. Just in case it sneaks up in your neck of the woods and tries to prevent you from having something that really didn't do no one harm. I just want to print models of cool characters. That's all. That's it. That's it. All right, that's it for this week. I do appreciate everybody coming here. For those who are chilling in the chat, I know we just got some people. We getting great today, but I think we got a new follower. I think no one said anything. I don't know if that was Dolphin or somebody else, but somebody followed. But I do appreciate those who are here. If you haven't already, hit the like button. I would appreciate that too. Share it if you have some social media. Share it with some people. And leave a comment on the VOD. All that stuff helps. It really does. Apparently, there's like some kind of hype thing on YouTube too, but I guess you can only do it on your phone. So if you put hype points on my videos, they will get more attention. So if somebody can figure that out and then do that, that'd be great. 'Cause I don't know how to do it. I have no clue. I don't watch very much YouTube on my phone. So yeah, as always, have a good day, have a good night, have a good life. Much love, y'all.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Ba-da-da-da-da-da. Where's my buy button? And is this working today? Sorry. Working. All right.
His jokes are sometimes crude and sometimes ass. With his wife of 15 years, there's always having his back. Even when his dogs and cats are being a pain in the ass, he hopes this will always last. Even bring the fun to the masses, rolling, dueling, beating every dungeon classes. With his goofy faces and voice all over the places, he hopes to never give up on his dreams. To bring joy and even the facts with his last podcast every week, and stream with his friends to bring that energy like big booty class.